YouTube, welcome back to another episode of The Heart of a Family. This is episode 164. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into it today. As of 23 minutes ago, we struck. We struck. Let's see. It's about to go down, y'all. Mhm.
Do we have Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon? Can we get her up and we can talk through what we're hearing from military sources? Jennifer Griffin is live at the Pentagon. Let's bring Jennifer in. Jennifer, we're just getting word, obviously, with the president's announcement, what this looks like.
Well, Brett, we knew that there was something afoot this morning when we woke and heard that there were 6 B-2 bombers that had been seen leaving Whiteman Air Force Base last night at midnight.
Y'all let us know down in the comments what y'all think about to happen. What y'all think? Did we make the right decision by doing that to Iran? Y'all let me know.
Night. And so those planes, we were told, were heading towards Guam. Now, Guam would have been an 18-hour flight into Iran, so it is likely that it was a different set of B-2 bombers that were used to bomb the sites, the 3 sites that the president mentioned tonight on Truth Social. That is the Fordo complex, which we've been watching all week. That is the massive main, sort of what's known as the heart or the crown jewel of Iran's nuclear program. It's underneath that mountain just outside of Qom, which is 2 hours south of Tehran. That complex, we understand, has been bombed by those U.S. B-2 bombers tonight. Also, Isfahan, as well as Natanz. Natanz had another underground facility. Remember, before Fordo was built in 2006, Natanz had been the main enrichment site. It was also built underground. Israeli jets had been targeting it in the last week, but they had not been able to penetrate underground. So those U.S. B-2 bombers, which flew out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, they would have taken out that underground facility. Natanz is interesting. You'll remember, Brett, it was the site of the Stuxnet virus, the cyber attack on those centrifuges years ago. But again, it was back up and running. And what is surprising, I think, tonight is that the president announced that it was not 1 site, but 3 underground sites and sites inside Iran's nuclear program that were struck by
3. Oh my goodness. They about to retaliate. Oh, it's about to go down, y'all. Oh, it's about to go down. So the ones to Guam, they were a decoy? Or what were they doing? What was that? But dang, 3 of them things. Is this good or bad, y'all?
the U.S. Air Force tonight.
Yeah, and it is something. We'll go back to that Truth Social and eventually control room if we can put it up there just so that everybody can see it on the screen. The fact that this, first of all, this announcement comes from Truth.
Facts. It comes from his whatever other social media. We couldn't get a press conference. We couldn't get a press conference, y'all. Okay, DJT.
Social. This is a president who has put out a lot of announcements, big announcements through Truth Social, and this is the biggest of them, probably his biggest decision. The completed the very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites, as you said, Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan, getting very specific there. And the payload, he says a full payload of bombs dropped on the primary site, Fordo. That suggests, Jennifer, as we had been saying for many days, that they may have made several passes at Fordo, considering that the experts were saying that just one probably wouldn't have gotten to the heart of that facility.
Well, remember, Brett, we've been reporting in recent days that Fordo is interesting because it has 2 entrance points. And we were told by experts who have followed the planning for this kind of strike for a long time that it would take at least 2 bombs from the B-2s, those MOPs, the massive ordnance penetrators. Those are 30,000-pound bombs, and each B-2 can carry 2 of them. Usually the way it works is that one of the MOP 30,000-pound bunker buster is dropped. It goes into a hole that's about a radius of about 25 feet, I'm told, and then the second bomb is dropped in the same hole. And so at first that 30,000-pound bunker buster will go down about 200 feet, explode, and then make way for the second bomb, which falls into.
Are they going to mention any casualties? 200 feet. What does Trump gain from this? Y'all let me know.
To that exact 25-foot radius hole. And, of course, people are calling right now, so just a moment. And so what's interesting about it, Brett, is that you would have had to have at least 2 B-2s, but I believe that it was likely a package of 6 B-2s that would be flying. They each had 2 MOP, massive ordnance penetrators, on board at the time, and they would have hit both those entrances at Fordo. The president saying that Fordo, that the complete package was struck. That is significant because that means, as you said, that it would probably be multiple passes and multiple bombs dropped there.
Yeah, so as we get ready, remember, they are, 7 hours ahead, and this would have been the window to pull this off. The president, again, saying that it was very successful in 3 different sites. We should point out that the Israelis have worked really, as we've been reporting over the last week plus, very hard to take out the air defenses of Iran. Already in a first wave of runs back in October, the Israeli military and Air Force took out a lot of those surface-to-air missiles. Now, with this latest bombing run over the past few days, Jennifer, they have essentially eliminated it. And to talk to Israeli officials, they said they have control of the skies, really
8 nuclear sites. So do y'all think Iran should be able to defend themselves and possess a nuke or a nuclear site? Huh.
a full path to Tehran, and they've been taking out sites and targets at their will, they suggested. And this led the way for this bombing run tonight.
Well, the Israeli Air Force has just been unbelievable in terms of their success since June 12th. They have been carrying out nonstop runs and strikes against Iranian targets, including the first night, 14 Iranian nuclear scientists who were taken off the battlefield, as well as about 50 top generals in the Iranian military, including the head of their Air Force, their ballistic missiles, their drone capabilities, their IRGC, the Revolutionary Guard Corps. So they have really had incredible.
What are our ties to Israel? Because if they become the dominant force over there, what do we gain from it?
Incredible success in terms of all of the spots and all of the above ground spots that an F-16 or an F-35 could take out. They said a few days ago that they had air superiority. That then opens the way for the and what that means is that they've taken out most of the air defense systems on the ground, so that then their planes could really fly with impunity. And that also opened the way for those very, very the stealth bombers, the B-2 bombers, which also are escorted, we're told, by F-22s and F-16s, and also the EA-18 Growlers. They play a very significant role. That's an
So our ties with them are military and security cooperation. Israel receives around 3.8 billion annually in military assistance. Also, we assist them with joint missile defense systems like the Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow. Let me pull this over here. Were co-developed and funded in part by the U.S. Political and diplomatic support, economic and technological ties, cultural and people-to-people connections. Hello. Controversies and criticisms. U.S. support for Israel, especially military aid, has been criticized during times of conflict, such as during operations in Gaza. Yeah, I gotta do my research on that one too. Because they're making it seem like it's the whole genocide thing. Is Israel over there committing genocide and we getting criticized for aiding them, supplying them with all the stuff to commit these actions? Huh.
electronic warfare jammer that flies with the B-2. And remember that second aircraft carrier, the USS Nimitz, had just gotten into the region earlier today. You had the USS Vinson. Those EA-18 Growlers are on board those aircraft carriers. They are absolutely essential for the B-2 to fly over Iran, even though the Israelis had air superiority over the country.
Jennifer, stand by if you would. Do I have Greg Palcott in Tel Aviv control room? Is he up and running? Okay. All right. We're going to get him up and running. Interestingly enough, Jen, we have seen a lot of Israeli missiles and drones coming in really night after night into Israel. This night has not seen that much of that. There have been a few warnings, but not the same volley that we've heard in recent days. in addition to taking out the surface-to-air missiles and clearing the way for the ability to take out targets inside Iran, they've also really managed to take out a lot of missile sites and places that have been threats for missiles fired from Iran. There is a sense even that they were taking out the trucks that moved the missiles.
We are completely wiping out, not we, but I mean, technically we assisted, are wiping out all their resources. Scientists, the leaders over there, military leaders, sites where they make, where they manufacture the stuff, the mines. Oh Lord, completely dismembering them. Piece by piece. They said it's going, they said they're going to retaliate and it's going to last all of Trump's term. If we get into war and they retaliate, whatever, how's that going to affect his presidency, his how people look at him? What's going to happen to the economy? Oh, we need to tighten up, y'all. We need to tighten up. This is about to get serious for real. Oh, we need to tighten up. These prices still ain't coming down. Oh, yeah, we need to tighten up.
As precise as the Israeli military targeting has been. You've been reporting on that over the last few days.
It's really extraordinary because when this
Jen?
started, when this started, the Israelis estimated that the Iranians had about 100 mobile ballistic missile launchers. They have taken out, they think, about 55% of any of the missile launchers that the Iranians have access to now. The Iranians have blown through quite a bit of their missile stockpile. They had about, I think, about 3,000 ballistic missiles when this started, maybe between 1,000 to 2,000 that could reach Israel, and I think that they've fired about 500. But most importantly, the IDF and the Israeli Air Force have been able to take out, as you mentioned, almost half of the missile launchers. So each night we've seen fewer and fewer ballistic missiles being fired at Israel. All of the drones that have been fired at Israel have been taken out. We understand that Israeli pilots, along with American fighter pilots, have been taking down those drones each night. So American pilots have been helping as well as a lot.
What I tell y'all, we've been helping. .2 weeks, my ass. .2 weeks to probably finish the Bordeaux. But he didn't tell us that. He just said, oh boy. And I don't hate Trump, y'all. I'm not against him. I just question some of his actions, his decision making. Like this one right here. We about to go to war.
Along with those U.S. Navy destroyers. There are 5 U.S. Navy destroyers in the Eastern Med off the coast of Israel who've been using their Aegis defense systems to shoot down ballistic missiles over Israel. So the U.S. has been very involved, along with U.S. soldiers who are on the ground. There are about 300 U.S. soldiers that are working at who are manning the THAAD and the Patriot PAC-3 missiles that are defending cities within Israel, and those are operated by U.S. soldiers, about 100 soldiers per THAAD missile.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Wow. We've been over there this whole time, y'all. It's about to get dicey out here. Yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Was this the right thing to do? What consequences do you think are going to come out of this? Are we even thinking about the the lives that were taken because of this? The vengeance that's going to come after this? Some people are going to say they deserve it, or they're Mm. I don't know. It's a touchy subject. People have firm beliefs and views on certain topics. That's cool. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Stand on your business. Cause me, I don't know what to think, to be honest with y'all. I know not a lot of good can come from this.
I want to head to Israel on the ground. I just want to reiterate this is a huge moment in that President Donald Trump has authorized and the U.S. military has just pulled off strikes inside Iran.
100 soldiers per. Mm. Yeah, man. I'm about to head out of here. This gonna be a shorty Saturday. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Tell your loved ones you love them. Call them if you haven't called them in a while. And y'all stay easy. And one family. Endless connections. All right, look. Y'all don't get me in the comments for that either. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm out.